Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
I love Ben Reilly.
Yes, kids, your ears do not deceive you. We're back for another episode of Scarlet Spider. See you at the end of the month on the Ultimate Spider Cast. I am Phil, and back once again, the former High Priest of Conchu and Sausage. Yes, the deck master himself. It is Ray.
Hello, everybody. Look, I take umbrage, Phil. I still am the High Priest. We're still around. Don't you worry about it. But always good to be back, Phil. Ben Reilly, yes.
And joining us now, starting here, it is, well, if you listen to this podcast, you know this gentleman. Yes, it is Justin Meow.
Swinging on into the Spider Cast. Hello, everyone.
If it's not Lil Hellfire, it's Justin Meow.
Who?
Oh, nice.
Almost had you, Phil. I almost had you. I saw it in your eyes.
There it is.
All right. So, and yes, we have been, Ray has been chomping at the bit to get to these Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider series. Yeah, by Peter David himself.
Yeah, this is my first time reading this, and when I saw that it was Peter David and Mark Bagley,
oh yeah,
that's when I was like, oh, I got to see if I can join these guys and read this because this looks great.
You chose wisely, Justin.
Oh, thank you.
Wisely.
Yeah.
Chose the right side.
I'm just bummed that it was only 25 issues. It's too bad it didn't go on for further than that, but that is the way of things these days.
In a sense, it's a nice, it's a nice little package, right? I mean, a nice little snippet from Peter David that you can, that we can return to. Like Phil and I, at least, have read it, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts, Justin. But this is so much fun, and this is what I've been waiting for. Not to say that I didn't like the Christopher Yost Scarlet Spider and the Spider before that, but this is good.
That's just a really nice package.
But both of you read this when this initially came out back in 2017 and 18?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If it's Ben Reilly, I'm there. I'm at least checking it out. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And again, Mark Bagley is like my favorite Spider-Man artist. So I was like, okay, Peter David, Mark Bagley. I'm in.
And it had been a while, right, since he had done any Spider stuff?
Who?
Oh, yeah.
Mark Bagley.
Mark Bagley, I think
he did Hulk. He did Hulk around this time, Phil. I remember.
Oh, yeah. I think every once in a while he'll pardon the pun, swing back in. But I think it had been a while, and I'm trying to remember if he did any Clone Conspiracy stuff because this kind of spun out of Clone Conspiracy.
Oh, the Clone Conspiracy. Yeah, I can't recall, Phil. Yeah, with Dan Slott and all that big kind of Jackal spoilers.
Yeah.
Jackal thing.
Well, I mean, they kind of mentioned in these issues that Ben Reilly was kind of running around as the new Jackal and stuff. But
and how did you guys feel about that? Did you guys like that, or did you think that was?
Ever since they brought him back, they've been messing with him, making him the villain and stuff. And again, he as I'm sure you can tell, Justin, he's not in the greatest headspace, is because they revealed how. Because again, when he died in the 90s, he crumpled to dust. So they're like, "How are you back?"
Right.
Like, the Jackal vacuumed up the dust and brought him back to life. But the Jackal experimented. He didn't just bring him back once. He brought him back, killed him, brought him back, killed him. I think he stayed like 20 or 30 sometimes. So and he remembered every death. So this is why he got right in the head.
Yeah.
I love that premise as well, and that Peter David does play on it, about that, because you do get from the outset. I mean, I'm sure we'll dive into it soon, but just this, he's been cloned so many times that kind of messes with you. But the Jackal, to go back to your question, Justin, not as angry as I am now with Chasm, of course, but I wasn't I wasn't happy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't happy. Well, I wasn't happy when it was revealed to be Ben Reilly as a Jackal. Back in the Clone Conspiracy, I was kind of like, oh, really? Like, no. But I can see now. I mean, there's obviously a direction Marvel are going with the character, right? He's kind of not only treading that line, but he's kind of more jumping over that line into villainy more often than not. So, which is a little bit disappointing. But
that is disappointing. I don't like it as much. I like it when he's not exactly like the 100% good hero, like kind of that gray area, but to have him be a complete villain, I don't like it. It doesn't do right for me.
No, and Peter David does it so well. I mean, Phil. I mean, if we can kind of jump a little bit into what we're covering, so we're covering Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider issues 1 to 3, the first 3. So what did you say was 2017, right? 2017, 18. But yeah, I love how Peter David writes him from the outset, and what you're saying, Justin. He's got that. It's almost you're a little bit scared of him, like when he saves that lady from the mugger, and he does almost like Punisher style or Moon Knight style. He decaps. What do you call it? He kneecaps the guy with the gun.
Shoots him through the knee.
Shoots him through the knee
with his own gun.
With his own gun. And then he asks money off the lady because she goes, "How can I ever repay you?" Yeah, you can give me money. It's like,
you got $100 on you.
Yeah, that'll do. And then like, hold on to your promise, otherwise, I know where you live or something like that. So
right.
It's a really kind of murky, slightly disturbing way that Peter David portrays him. I think it's really good.
I mean, I don't like the full slide into villainy, but I do get that Peter David's trying to make him different than Peter, where it's like, Peter wouldn't take a cent off her, but
It's like a fractured Spider-Man. It's like he's broken in some way.
Which we kind of get anyway with what we covered before, Phil, with the Christopher Yost Scarlet Spider.
Kaine,
with Kaine. So Kaine had the same kind of thing, but he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that kind of unhinged. Like Kaine, at least he has control over his mind. You know what I mean? Like he knows what he's doing. Whereas like Ben seems to be a little bit more at the whim of, because he's been killed so many times and resurrected and his mind's a little bit fractured, that he sometimes it's just instinctual for him. Like there's a broken instinct that he has, which is really good, which I think defines both of them.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I mean you mentioned Mark Bagley, right? Massive. Great art. So Justin, I mean, like since you're the one that hasn't. Sorry, Justin. Since you're the one that hasn't like experienced this, what did you, in first of all, overall impressions that make of the first 3 issues?
I loved it right off the bat. I mean, it's very recognizable Peter David storytelling in some of the story beats, but it's also still fresh and interesting, and it keeps you really turning the pages. And I loved some of these characters that were introduced. Like I didn't know who Slate was. I didn't know if this was someone who was introduced before in a previous series, but to me he was new. Yeah. And of course, Aunt June. I mean, my God, fantastic.
Shut up.
Shut up. Get out of my face. I was laughing the whole time. I could imagine her voice. Like I could imagine everything. It was great. And of course, the art, it had been a while since I had seen like any recent Mark Bagley artwork. It's been a few years, and so this was a treat. This was a feast. Yeah, I absolutely love this. And my only complaint was, and this is really funny and kind of random, but I loved the costume that he had at the onset of this, with the little hood. I thought,
hood.
No, and then he goes back to his original one at the end of issue number 3, and I was like, I was just getting used to the new one.
I mean, they said that, back by popular demand, it was, because I think I remember the first 2 issues.
I'm sure.
Where's his original costume? It was,
I'm sure.
Everyone loves that. I mean, it's a very simple costume. Everyone loves that Scarlet Spider costume.
And I do too.
Yeah.
This new one at the beginning, there's something about it, just how sleek it was, and with that hood, and just
it's pretty sleek.
The design of it, I really liked it. I thought it was cool and different.
I like how he gets it. He gets it off a cosplayer.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
exactly.
Yeah, he steals it off him.
Like a street vigilante.
Yeah,
These
yeah.
guys
And
just
the
Spider-Man.
and the guy was like going commando under the suit. I love it how like his thought process, like when Ben got it, he goes like, "Who wears just the cosplay suit and nothing underneath? Like, what's like that's
right.
his fault then that he's like stuck naked somewhere." That's pretty
What
funny.
did they want to see?
Yeah. That was also great too. The concept of the what were they? The web spinners, the web slingers,
Oh
the
yeah.
group of Spider-Man fans that went around in the costumes, and unfortunately, one of them was murdered.
Yeah. Peter David's not one to shy away from going dark every now and again. And
definitely not. And that scene with Kaine threatening to waterboard Rita with the boiling water.
yeah.
I was like, oh
Yeah.
my god.
No. It's kind of like drowning, but this is even worse because it's boiling hot.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god.
I was kind of happy and a little bit relieved, like because I do like Kaine, that it was dry ice at the end. Going, okay,
yes,
good.
I was like, he's not gonna actually do it, is he?
Yeah. But that was, So I mean, you get the full range of Peter David stuff, like and that sort of dark stuff. I think works really well to offset, his comedy. And you mentioned Justin June, and there's a little bit of like a an indirect social commentary there with Aunt June about the effects of gambling, I guess. I mean, that's what I picked up. So,
absolutely. I once worked with a woman who actually worked at a very popular casino in my area, and she said that you wouldn't believe the amount of stuff that you would see in the casino.
God.
You'd see grown people that would defecate themselves because they would be too afraid to leave the machine. Like they would desperately have to use the bathroom and would just stand there and piss and crap themselves. And like people would hide cigarettes in the bathroom so that they could go and like steal a couple of drags off of a cigarette that they had like hidden in a little crevice in the bathroom and then run back to the machine. It was unreal, just unreal.
That scale of addiction, I just can't fathom. But it's a bit scary, right?
Totally, absolutely.
That level
when you can't leave that machine, when you can't walk away from it, that's bad. Yeah.
It kind of actually, after you saying that, Justin, it kind of makes Aunt June look not that outlandish. Then, I mean, like,
right? She's probably the most sane one in that group.
But she was great. I thought she was great, and she pops up, and Peter David does this, right? He puts peripheral characters here and there that, he gives them like a little bit of character, so you can kind of latch onto them when you see them later. But his other characters, I thought were really. He established Mercury Rising, which I think is an awesome name for like
cool.
a casino.
I love the facade of it with the actual Mercury. It's so cool. Yeah,
it's very smart, and I can imagine that's what Peter David wrote into the script, right, for the artist. Make it look like that.
Totally.
But is it Isabel Mercury? The owner, or Isabella, or
Cassandra?
Oh, Cassandra. Okay, or maybe it's the daughter. I don't know.
I thought it was Cassandra, but maybe I got it wrong.
No, you're probably right.
It is Cassandra.
Yeah. Look, Phil, if you had money on my brain or Justin's brain, always bet on Justin, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Just putting it out there, just the default, okay?
Not always. Not always.
No, always. Every time. Come on. No, Justin's got a way better recall.
And Justin's always studying comics. I mean, you're just playing with that deck.
I love my decks. Yeah. For those of you that don't know what context that is, I'll
just play games. Don't worry, I'll play.
I'll play
on
games.
YouTube. Yes, he's always playing himself on YouTube.
But now playing with others on YouTube.
Oh.
Anyway, hang on, getting a bit sidetracked. Mercury, and we talked about Slate. I thought he was pretty cool. That I think we saw it in a lot of Peter David Hulk comics as well, where he has these bad guys and they're undefined, and that kind of makes them scary, right? So Slate, he just jumps in front of Ben and he's bulletproof. then you get these little tidbits of when he punches Ben, he's going, "Oh, that's twice as hard as Spidey would punch me," and and he's quick, and he's throwing. And I love that panel where he throws all these punches and haymakers at Slate, and you just see his face just
unfazed.
Oh, so cool.
And he tears the webbing off like it's nothing.
Yeah, like it's nothing. Like he's like, you shouldn't be able to do that.
You shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, I love that sort of like enigmatic character that Peter David introduces. And granted, he does coldly kill like an innocent, I'm gonna say like a teenager or young adult.
Yeah, I think it's inferred that they're all teenagers in that group.
Yeah.
Or at least young adults,
Yeah, but despite that, I kind of like Slate because he has that, like, there's that camaraderie where he and Ben they fight initially, and what happens, and it's kind of like, oh, don't disturb them or something. I can't remember the context, but so they stop fighting, and Cassandra goes, "Is everything all right?" And they go, "Yep, all good.
Yep, everything's fine."
Yeah, I thought that was pretty
cool.
It
seems like there's a big market for super powered like enforcers and right-hand men in Vegas. Yeah,
definitely in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'd like to see him. I like to see him fight Tombstone. Come on.
Oh, I know. I was thinking about that actually. I was thinking about that.
They're very similar powers, right?
Yeah.
Like
and this is the first appearance of Slate. He didn't appear in any other.
I think so, Phil. Right? Okay. I mean, I can't recall him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'll double check the notes, but yeah, I'm pretty.
He seemed like a new character, but
unless Peter David.
A
little
bit out of the loop.
Issue 1 was his first appearance. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. So these are mostly new characters.
How dare you? You got it wrong. How dare you?
I know. Yeah. I've been out of the loop for a while with some of these new comics. It's still undiscovered territory.
So how'd you guys feel like, I mean, until Ben told him to go away, like the two, basically the angel and the devil on his shoulder, his Scarlet Spider and his jackal, just.
Yeah, that was good.
I don't know how I felt about that, to be honest. I felt like that borrowed a little bit too much from Moon Knight, if you don't mind me saying so, Ray. Like, just having the multiple voices. I mean, I don't know if that much was really necessary, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's hard not to make the comparison, and especially from our like backgrounds, like knowing Moon Knight as well, to make that. But as Phil said, he had been killed and resurrected so many times, and his mind's so fractured. And there's like 30 odd, like, if you can call them alters, like there are 30 odd identities that he has. He's been killed 30 or so times, so I'm assuming. I mean, that's just my logic. I'm assuming that each one has its own kind of persona of Ben, but yeah, I think you can't avoid that, especially with what has happened to him, to kind of represent it that way. So I didn't mind it too much, but I definitely made the comparison straight away.
Yeah, it was very reminiscent. Yeah, I mean, maybe it'll grow on me over the course of this series, because I'm sure it's revisited a bit. But at first I thought, I don't know, we've seen this already before with somebody else. So,
yeah. Well, I guess the difference is, you could say, like with Moon Knight, he takes on that alter and the identity, like in the physical sense, whereas these are always imaginary, like they're just consciences.
Right, they're having a conversation rather than vying for control over the physical form. Right.
Yeah. But but it's an interesting concept. What was that?
Definitely. Yeah.
It's Egyptian Batman.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
thank you, David Pepos.
Pepos is half right. David Pepos is half right. It's Egyptian.
I love that.
But yeah, no, I think it's an interesting take on Ben Reilly, and the way that, like, Peter David has kind of established this arc on it, and the fact that he's removed, again, I love the fact that at the beginning, like, I think he talks about, I love this city, and he's looking at New York City, but it's one of the the fake landscapes of Vegas, and then it establishes that he's in Vegas, and I just like how it's like removed from where all the superheroes are. I like the fact that it's set in Vegas, basically.
Me too. Yeah. It would have been way too easy to have it set in New York or even somewhere on the East Coast like that.
Hello, Noel Tate.
Oh.
No,
know.
cranking anymore. No Russell here. No
Hog cranking. Wow.
cranking me. You ever heard Russell go, cranking me home?
Well, maybe he's doing that right now. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he's on
I
here.
don't know. It takes 2 hands, right? 2 hands to do that. So,
I mean, if your YouTube channel proves anything, Ray, it only takes one.
well,
Also, Ray coming in hot from the car. You have no idea, Noel. The air conditioning's not on.
You have no idea. No, it is hot in the car. And can I just say that this shirt, which I had washed.
Whoa!
Isn't the one cracking for cheese? This shirt, because it's been really, can I just say, it's been really humid here lately. So a little bit of domestic knowledge. I did some washing, and obviously it doesn't dry that well. So you know how you get that damp smell?
Oh,
it's not too much, but it's a little bit of that, and so I'm suffering.
So Ray's not going to admit he's sweating through his shirt. He's going to say it came out of the wash wet. Okay,
that's it. I'm just putting it out there to establish it, so I can blame the shirt. Yeah.
No, it didn't dry under my arms. No.
Yeah, exactly. It's still wet under the arms. Come on. Woo. It's I'll say it's an interesting pungent smell. Anyway,
I have a feeling that that's going to be a drop at some point.
21:26. Okay, yes. All right.
So this is what happens, Noel. You've now disturbed us. We were on a train of thought. We were talking about something or other.
Yeah, no, you've disturbed the delicate genius of Ray.
Well, of the Spider Crew.
The new Spider Crew.
Oh, actually, isn't it you called it on the group chat? Isn't it? Peter David
Fanboys? I named our group Peter David Fanboys. I do like that. I know Lilith Hellfire wanted us to name this show Hootie and his Blowfish. So
yeah. Yeah, that would have been good. Yeah, the Peter David groupies. Probably not. Okay.
The hard master.
But yeah, so what were we saying? We were talking about.
We're talking about
obviously
Slate.
Scarlet Spider.
And really,
yeah, exactly.
We're talking about Slate and the different personalities of Ben.
Yes,
yes. The different voices in Ben's head.
Yeah.
Well, again, I think Peter David was really steering into the skid of saying, "Oh, he's mentally unhinged." It's it's not just he's a bad guy. He's very.
He's been through some severe psychological torture as well as physical torture.
Marvel writers love doing the torture in Ben Reilly.
They do, don't they? They really do.
And actually, with that as well, I love the kind of the tenuous arrangement he has with Cassandra. And you hear his thoughts as well. It's really funny. It's like so he coincidentally touched her daughter's hand, right? And she got up. Because what did you do? I did it with my mind.
Right? Yeah, he just blatantly lies to her.
He just lies. In the Marvel universe, you just say that, people will be like, that might be true.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Opposite of what Peter Parker would have done.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely. I mean, because he's so righteous. And the Cassandra's saying, "Look, so can you cure him? Yeah, can you cure her?
Yeah, sure."
And then in the mind, no.
He doesn't even think about it. He's like, "Yeah, sure, I can cure her."
Yeah, and then what do you? I don't know. She asks her something else, and he goes, "I have no idea." So again, we're getting like a superhero that is really shooting off the hip, from the hip, and obviously he's not Peter Parker at all.
Yeah,
and so it actually creates a really nice thing of how is he going to get out of this situation? But it also solves the matter of she's not going to be gunning after him anymore. And again, this whole thing as well, they lied to him too when they shot him with the tracking device. And he's going, and he goes, so what happens if I go too far? Will my head blow off? And she's like, yeah, it will.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah,
and of course he'd believe it, given what he's had to deal with over the course of his life already.
So it's so funny. It's like it's as Elf said in the movie, they're on the throne of lies.
Right. On the throne of lies.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just bluffing each other into oblivion.
Well, actually, that's a good point, Justin. It's in Vegas, and they're bluffing, right? They're playing the game.
Totally.
It's so cool. So yeah, that's a really good aspect. I didn't realize that,
Yeah.
Justin.
I mean,
Yeah.
was that? I mean, was it a coincidence or was that a play on Suicide Squad? You know, the black woman injecting them with him with something.
that's
saying,
what I
blow your
thought
head
too.
off.
Amanda
Will you
Waller,
play
she's
game
pulling
with me? I'm
Amanda
gonna blow
Waller.
your head off. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh,
I saw
great.
that in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that number 2 had the part that made me laugh the most. It was when the guys working for the casino tried to forcibly remove June from her machine, and she bit one of them in the hand.
I guess that was one of Ben's provisions, you know, that she'd be taken care of. I guess she had limited money to gamble with, and they gave her a room and stuff, and she's like, yeah, fine, whatever. So it's like, yeah, Ben's kind of acting villainish, but there's still shades of stuff coming through. Like, he's taking care of this old woman and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's that great
Well, that's a
moment
bit-
in issue number 3 where she actually thanks him for what he did for her. And it's great. There's a lot of heart to it. Yeah.
But even then, like what you said, Phil and Justin, about his relationship with Aunt June is a little bit twisted as well. Like, it's like, oh, I need an Aunt May. Oh, she'll do. And so there's that kind of total craziness of him coming up to her, like, to begin with.
Randomly. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you can be my aunt. And he asked the guy, is your name Ben by any chance?
Yeah.
It's like, it's really whacked out stuff. So
the husband just leaves her there, screams at her, and just leaves her there.
Yeah, he's like, you're dead to me. And Ben's like, well, dead to her, close enough. Not Uncle Ben dead, but close enough.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So really funny writing from Peter David with that regards. And so we got coming up as well, obviously Kaine is looming in the background. So you can argue you can't have Ben Reilly without Kaine. So that's exciting as well.
Another great costume also. I love that.
Yeah, I know we liked it in his own series, but the Mark Bagley art, just gives it that nice little
it's so good.
touch.
No, it's really good. But I mean, the first 3 issues. What is it? Oh, it ends on that it was a kind of like first arc, wasn't it? Because it ends on him with the original costume, which was a nice one. It kind of basically these first 3 issues was, let's establish this little universe that he's in now in Vegas. Let's get the characters in. But yeah, I guess in no way did I feel it was at least issue 1 was. I didn't feel it was a setup, like a setup issue. You know how sometimes you can. You can perceive it like that, and it kind of maybe takes away a little from it. I felt that the first issue was really, I don't know, it was just really fun.
I mean, Clone Conspiracy kind of did a little bit of setup.
Yeah, it did.
Too, so it's like,
by the time it's been done.
It's just like, where's Ben going? It's going to Vegas. Who's he going to interact with these people?
Yeah. So that's true. So he's got to find a cure. And so just remind me so the little girl got the disease.
Abigail or whatever.
Abigail. It's some type of genetic disease.
It's not Crohn's disease.
It only affects. I think it was Crook's disease.
Crook's disease.
Yeah. And it only affects children, and it usually has a pretty high mortality rate.
Yeah.
It's really horrific disease.
Yeah.
The skin just kind of dissolves off the body. Oh, yeah.
And I know, and I feel like that's like Peter David dialogue coming through Ben when he's like, man, these people who believe in a god, a higher being, explain to me how this is part of their and stuff. And
And well, and like he has experienced it, Ben Reilly, like so many times. Like I've been there, done that, and there's like nothingness, there's just blackness. So but I can definitely see that through the lens of like Peter David as well. There's a little bit of Peter David coming through there. But I thought it was just a really good setup. And it really establishes a very different Scarlet Spider for this time around. So sorry, Phil, last time we touched on Scarlet Spider was a Christopher Yost, right?
Yeah.
Were there any series between that and this one? Or have we jumped to this one, or has this?
Kaine and Araceli appeared. There was a new Warriors series which I didn't read, but I heard was no good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were in that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but no like spider type.
No,
or
like
anything.
Scarlet Spider
Okay.
book or nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
Because when he
Yeah.
mentions that, like when he mentions Bluebird or whatever, or
Oh yes.
that's Araceli.
Songbird, is it Song?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah. No, it's
right. Okay.
Araceli he's talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Ah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, Araceli. We know. Justin.
young girl.
Yeah, she's the young girl. She was in the Christopher Yost run. Had you read the Christopher Yost one?
No,
Justin?
that one I haven't read either.
That's another
That's pretty-
25. It's on the app. Yeah. It's
pretty
I'll have to
good.
check that out too. Yeah.
It's Kaine in Texas. Kaine in Texas.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's
with the same costume.
Yeah, the one he's wearing here. Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, the black and yeah.
Yeah, I'll have
It's
to check that out also.
Yeah, a little bit hot and cold. I mean, we went through all of the issues, a little bit hot and cold, but like for the most part, I thought it was a really good series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So and Araceli was he's kind of like Kaine's sidekick, and she had these funky powers, which is really
like mental powers. Yeah.
mental powers.
Mhm.
Yeah, she can kind of tell what people are kind of thinking. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, good first 3 issues.
Yeah, I really enjoyed these. Immensely, and I'm really excited to see what comes next. We've got these assassins, the Whiskey Tango Foxtrot assassins that were shooting at Kaine. Was this their first appearance also? Or had they appeared elsewhere?
I'm trying to remember. I wish I had time to read Clone Conspiracy.
How good? While you're looking,
it felt like they'd cropped up somewhere else, and
they did, didn't they? Yeah, that sounded. Yeah. But how good was the art there when Kaine was behind the desk and they're just shooting at the camera at you? That was
I loved
really
that.
cool.
Yeah, so good. He creates that web shield. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
According to this, issue 2 is their first appearance. So
okay. So these are also new characters. I love it. Yeah, Peter David's great for that too. Just throwing in random new characters all over the place.
Oh yeah. Why not?
Great.
Peter David? Did he invent the Nasty Boys? Just as a total aside, I think he did the Nasty Boys, right? Their first appearance was in All New, All Different X Factor. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I think that wasn't.
Yeah.
That
I feel like
yeah. So he's done some pretty.
Yeah.
Because they made it into the cartoon. So I mean, he's made some pretty good characters. Like
Definitely.
But and again, I don't want to like paint all his work with like the same brush, but I would say right in this series, Ben Reilly's personality is closer. I mean, not it's not exactly the same, but it's closer to Joe Fixit than it is to Peter Parker.
Oh yeah.
More
It is
Agent of Chaos aesthetic.
Yeah.
But again, like I mean, they're not too similar in that regards. In the fact that I think he's really defined well just the craziness of Ben. Whereas Joe is very. Joe's how do you describe? He's very cynical and he's very like pissed off at everything.
He's much less chaotic. He's more definitely more cynical. Yeah.
He's basically just part of a different whole, like a cis. Which is again amazing. So Peter David's created these 2 heroes that you can see a through line for where their heroism comes in through, but like it's kind of really covered up with layers of being grumpy and grouchy like Joe Fixit, and not wanting to help at the last minute he does. And same with Ben. Ben's like, who knows, he'll take $50 off you and he'll point a gun at you, but at the same time he'll give you that gun and say, here, you need this gun.
This is yours now. Yeah.
It's like, what?
$50, but protect yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the 2 characters come from different ways, but they're both the way they're similar is like you don't know what they're going to do from moment to moment.
Unpredictability.
Yeah. Totally see where you make that comparison. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Pretty good. Do we get? I can't remember. No spoilers. Maybe no spoilers. Phil, I don't think so. We don't because Joe Fixit wasn't around 2017, right? So. He had been inside Banner, deep inside somewhere. So I don't think we see him in this series.
Not in this series, no.
Peter David did do that Joe Fixit miniseries, but that was set
that was
back in time.
That was set during the original Yeah, and his time
Yeah.
in Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was that? 2023? That was like last year or year before or something. It wasn't that long ago.
I think it was 2 years, 2 or 3
2 years ago.
maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
No, that was good as well.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, but we need more. We need maybe more of that. Get Peter David back doing Scarlet
Yes.
Spider, like back in the day,
Scarlet
so we
Spider.
can, so we can
Some
solve
of the
the whole.
fill-in stuff.
Yeah. So
Oh,
like we
yeah.
know his chasm now, so let's just ignore that and let's go back into the
Yeah,
90s.
exactly. Yes. Let's
Yeah,
pretend that doesn't exist. 'cause-
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's so great. Because after this series, you get the Beyond stuff and Amazing Spider-Man, where Ben's kind of back as Spider-Man, and it's like things are going good, but then
Yeah.
they turn him in the chasm at the end, and it's just
Was
Yeah,
the
what?
Beyond was that Nick Spencer still? I can't remember.
yeah,
yeah.
no, it was kind of like, I think it was one of those things. It was after Spencer's run. It was before Zeb Wells. There was a little part
okay.
where like a bunch of writers rotated through. It's like one of those things. Like I know Kelly Thompson wrote like at least 2 issues of that, and
Okay.
I'm trying to remember who else wrote that. But yeah,
Jed McKay did that as well, right? I remember.
Oh, he might have. Yeah.
Yeah, Jed McKay as well.
I think he wrote one of the tie-ins. Yeah, because there was like it was Ben and Black Cat. It was
Black
like
Cat,
a strange thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I'd be all for a retrospective 90s welcome Peter David. I don't know. Hey, have you guys heard anything more about his health? I know he was like in a
I
little bit of
haven't
trouble.
heard any updates in a while,
Yeah, because he's
but
been struggling a bit. So
yeah.
I said hopefully no news is good news.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
And he's still
That's what
been
I'm hoping.
working, I guess. So that's always a good sign when somebody's still working.
But yeah, get him back for if you can, obviously. Get him back
Although,
for
although what was it? Was that last year? Mate, I think it was either last year. JMD Mateus did a Ben Reilly, or did he do 2? There was like 1 or 2. He did like a Ben Reilly Spider-Man series set back in the 90s when Ben was Spider-Man. Those were pretty good.
I think I've got them. Yeah, I got them
Is
as
that just
well.
a one
Yeah,
shot?
there was like a mini, like
there
2
was
or
like a
3
mini,
issues.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We could cover that after this series then. Yeah.
Yeah. That was good. Yeah, from memory, didn't have as much of that kind of humor that you get here, but like not to say that defines what Ben Reilly is, but like I really do like, as you can tell, I really do like Peter David's writing, and especially think like with Spider People, like with Ben Reilly, he's pretty good at it. Like I mean, because he's just naturally comedic, So
2022 Ben Reilly Spider-Man 5 issues.
Yeah.
It is on the app.
5 issues.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'd love to read that too.
And again, I mean, 'cause it's interesting because like JMD Mateus was writing Spider stuff back in that day too.
You're right, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did the didn't he did a fair bit of the original clone saga stuff. So so he's well versed in it.
Oh yeah, I talked to him. Yeah, he loves Ben's. Yeah.
Oh
yeah, and it had art by David Baldillon. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was it was nice. I mean, like any of those minis though, they kind of come and go so quickly because Marvel's output is so much.
Right. It gets lost in the shuffle of so many miniseries and so many collections of things. Yeah.
But it's still good. But yeah. I don't know. Did you want to rate these issues, Phil? Or? I mean, I'm not pushing towards anything. I'm just wondering, unless there's anything else, like
I mean, I'm good, Justin. I mean, again,
I think I really enjoyed these. I was solidly surprised through all 3 issues, and really enjoyed it. Just the writing, the artwork, the characters, everything. It's great.
Yeah.
You want to do your rating first, Justin, since this is your first time through?
Well, how should we rate them?
Oh, good point.
Do we do a letter grade? Do we do 1 through 10?
Out of what are we doing? Out of 5? Maybe. Then?
Out of 5.
Yeah,
5.
Let's do that. Yeah, an odd number.
5.
Yeah, I'd give this a good like 4 or 5. Yeah, 4.5.
Oh,
out of 5. Poker chips.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. I really loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd definitely give it that. I mean, I don't know if it will warrant like full marks, but it's really high up there just because the art really does complement the storytelling, and Peter David's just so effortless with his storytelling. It's such an easy read, and I mean that in the best possible way. So yeah, about 4.5 out of 5. A little question though, Phil, as well. Do you know later on after this series, do we ever go back to Mercury Rising? Is that? I have a feeling that Doctor Strange or someone was stuck there, or Mephisto. I can't remember. There was some.
Oh well, wasn't that during? Was that during Damnation? Which
Damnation.
Is there's crossovers.
It was within the series. Yeah. Okay.
Series,
I saw some later on. That was I think 3 or 4 issues of that Damnation stuff.
Yes. Yeah, which is
and you guys are gonna have to tell me all about that because I have no clue what that's about.
Yeah, it's good. Unfortunately, it didn't eventuate to anything. Remember, Phil, in that last couple of pages, they were kind of insinuating Midnight Suns, I think.
Oh yeah.
That they might return.
But nothing ever came of it.
Nothing ever came.
Well, they did some stuff with Mephisto, which I think like kind of paid off, maybe in Ghost Rider or something. So yeah,
that's true.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right in Ghost Rider. But yeah, 4.5 out of 5. How about you, Phil?
I'd say I'm probably around there. Probably either 4, somewhere between 4 and 4.5. Again, the art's great, the story's great. I love Peter David. I love Mark Bagley. But I just wish Ben was a little more heroic. But yeah, besides that, I mean, no complaints with the story. I just
and that also as well, Justin. Just to let you know, doesn't mean that this. I mean, I think the best is yet to come as well. Like this series,
this was the slow. This was the slow issues.
Yeah.
I can tell the momentum's going to ramp up from here.
We haven't reached the pinnacle, but it's quite indicative. If we're all giving high scores, that it's a pretty solid series, and I think a very underrated one. You don't see many people talk about it, unless of course you're a Peter David fan, or the 5 Scarlet Spider fans out there in the world. But it's really underrated.
I'm number 1, Ray.
Yeah. But yeah, it just I mean, but you could say that there are a lot of great series out there that you don't know, but this is one of them. So anyone that's listening that has entertained any thoughts of diving into Scarlet Spider, then definitely I'd say try this one.
Yeah, this was a great first time read for me, and highly recommend this to anybody who's, because like I said, I didn't read the series that came before this.
Yeah.
So this was a complete kind of blind jump for me. Like my knowledge of Ben Reilly goes back to the, I think, late 90s, early 2000s. So it's been a long time since I've read anything with any regularity.
Well, the previous Scarlet Spider was before Ben was even back. It was just all Kaine too. So
right, technically it wasn't even him. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's been a while. And would you say, Justin, then I guess as a newbie with this series, was it jarring at all? Like, did you feel like you jumped into something that you should have known? You should have had prior knowledge of other stuff before you came in, or was it a decent enough series to just jump in? Yeah,
it was nice that they had the little write up in the first issue in the very beginning that explained all of the stuff that had happened before when he went crazy and became the Jackal and all that stuff. Because I had read a little bit about that, but if I hadn't, like, I would have gone into that completely blind, not even knowing that happened or even took place. So that was nice to have that as a frame of reference. That was really smart. I don't like in retrospect, I don't like the Jackal stuff. Like, I don't like him turning evil and becoming the Jackal. I don't like it. But Peter David took that and kind of made the best of it, kind of like what Jed MacKay did with Moon Knight after that travesty, that Age of Khonshu travesty that took place.
God,
he kind of took that mountain of lemons and made some wonderful lemonade out of it. Yeah, exactly.
He did.
So Peter David did the same thing here with that, because I can see how he can take that descent into villainy and do something useful with it in the context of the fractured mindscape of Ben Reilly.
It's interesting though. What do you both reckon? Do you think it was an editorial edict to have Ben turn into the Jackal in the upcoming Clone Conspiracy, or do you reckon it was Dan Slott's idea? To me, it feels like it was like from the higher up saying this is where we need to go for Ben. Because I don't know. I mean, Dan Slott obviously is well known for pushing the boundaries as well and doing stuff like Superior Spider-Man. But I don't just that whole clone conspiracy arc. Yeah, I wasn't a total fan of. Like I've loved a lot of Dan Slott stuff, but I felt that one fell a little bit flat. And then when they revealed Ben as Jackal, it was like, oh, really?
Yeah, Slott's always been hit or miss with me. A lot of his stuff really hasn't hit with me. His best stuff's probably Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah.
With Otto.
Yeah. But I just wonder about that because I mean, I wanted to say also that in the trade paperback of this series, it's not issue 1 that starts off the trade. It's actually Clone Conspiracy Omega. So that gives you all that kind of back history.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And
nice.
So I guess that's why I asked Justin.
Yeah,
because,
that's where they show him go on the run and stuff. And
yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
So it kind of
that's smart that they put that in there. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm glad to know issue 1. I mean, really does sum it up anyway. So that's good.
It wasn't confusing to me, and it helped that I knew who Ben Reilly was. I knew who Kaine was. Like I knew all of that stuff. So that helped. Yeah, I wasn't completely lost or confused.
Oh, cool.
But
cool.
Yeah, it was really really good. I'm very excited to continue this and see where the rest of this series goes, and I'm even more excited to know that this isn't the end. That there's another miniseries after this because I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, and by the time we get to that, there might be another chasm.
Ooh, well, maybe another Scarlet Spider.
Hopefully,
let's hope for another Scarlet Spider miniseries rather than a chasm.
Yeah, 100%. Oh god, I was just joking. Please, no, not chasm.
I was gonna say, would Ray be brave enough to do the chasm miniseries? I don't know.
Hang on, is there one? There's a chasm, isn't there? Is it?
No. Well, it just wrapped up. It was, it was basically, Ben versus Kaine, and
grown.
That did give birth to one of my favorite Lilith Hellfire quotes, though. She said, "Something doesn't sit right with my spirit to have a villain and his villainous lady be named Chasm and Goblin Queen."
Exactly. That is on point. I'll give full marks to Lilith for that. Big tick on the report.
Absolutely. Words of truth. Words of truth. Yeah.
So what are we going to do? Are we going to continue with? I mean, putting you on the spot. We can take it offline.
Put it up to the gang. We can do whatever you guys want. If you want to keep going with this series, I mean, that's fine with me. If we,
I love that idea.
Yeah, I know we had talked Spider-Man 2099. If we wanted to do that after,
I love that idea too.
I'm happy, Justin. I'm happy with either as well. I mean, I think they're all winner chicken dinner. So
exactly. It's all great a feast. What do you have the greater love for, Ray? Spider-Man 2099 or the Scarlet Spider?
Well, I think Ray said he hasn't even read a lot of that Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah, my cherry hasn't been popped for that one. Yes.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, that's like 30 years old. That's like 30 years old.
I kind of, I don't know, maybe subconsciously or indirectly just avoided all 2099 stuff when it was coming out.
Oh.
I just thought maybe I was just like a purist in that sense. I don't know, but it's the same with the Ultimates. I never it's not. I never got into like the Ultimates as well, like around.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I was very much a 616. I'd let you see what's happening in 6. I loved What Ifs, but
you go back and read that original Ultimate stuff.
I've since read the Bendis stuff, like the
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's great. That's really good.
That stuff's not bad, but I mean like the Ultimates, like the Avengers.
Oh yeah.
The actual Ultimates. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But I'm happy either Justin, Phil as well. Maybe we just do rock paper scissors and pick one.
Well, I love the idea of continuing through this series where I haven't read this one.
Yeah,
and since it's probably been a while since you guys have read it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We can stick with Ben.
We can continue with this for a little bit, and then maybe decide later on down the road if we want to switch gears. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Works for me. Yeah.
That's good. Don't forget, all new, all different. X Factor. Yeah, baby.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
baby.
that's true. We can do
that
some of that as well. I love that idea.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
man.
Phil and I, we did the Epic Collection already, though, didn't we, Phil? Ages ago.
Oh, years ago. Yeah, we did. Yeah.
I remember I was really sick then, but we went through it.
Oh.
We did it.
Like 100 years ago. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But no,
Oh,
but
it'd be
absolutely.
great to cover those. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great idea.
I'm always down
Let's
for
do
that. That's why I was like, should we just keep going as like the Ultimate Spider Cast part of, with Scarlet Spider, or just like, should we just do a Peter David show where we cover something Peter David never?
It's hard, isn't it? Yeah.
The worlds of Peter David. We could cover a lot of Spider-Man stuff on that.
Oh yeah.
Even besides,
even
besides the 2099 and Scarlet Spider stuff.
Yeah, he wrote some Peter Parker, and we got all that.
Oh, did he? Peter Parker Spectacular.
Oh,
did he?
Yeah, he wrote
back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back in the 80s for quite a while, actually. He was the one that
really?
wrote the whole
like right before they got married and stuff. Yeah.
The death of
Peter
Jean
David,
DeWolf.
you saying?
Like he wrote.
Oh yeah, the death of Jean DeWolf. That was him. Yeah.
Sorry, he's Peter David. No.
Yeah.
Really? I always thought that was like Jerry Conway or JMD Mateus. Wow.
Yeah, no. Yeah, like right before they get married on Spectacular, that was Peter David. Yeah.
Wow.
For a couple of years too, I think.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
But like Justin said, one of the most famous ones, the death of Jean DeWolf, that was Peter.
Yeah. That was a crazy one.
Wow.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought that was someone else. Cool.
Mm.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Peter David, you've risen in the rankings yet again.
Yes, he's a Spider-Man legend.
I mean, not only the death of Jean DeWolf, but in that story, that's when Peter Parker and Matt Murdock discover each other's secret identities too. So.
Yeah.
Oh right, I forget that's
Nice.
that's in that. Yeah.
I mean, but that doesn't hold any sway, doesn't it? Daredevil's like, what's happened? Like he got the whole world to forget him.
Oh well, Daredevil.
No.
Well, they both did because the Daredevil.
Yeah, they both. Yeah.
Daredevil used the Purple Man's children.
Yeah.
Mephisto. So
To use everyone. Yeah. It's so funny. Like, nice.
Like I think Peter might know who Matt is now, but Matt doesn't know who Pete knows.
Pete does he? Okay. I thought he did the whole because he came back from hell, didn't he? So Daredevil's.
Oh yeah.
I'm 130. I'm 130 plus issues behind, so I don't know what's happening. No, seriously, yeah. I counted. I've got 130 plus issues.
Oh wow!
I've got to catch up. I'm still in Gang War, man.
Which Gang War? The 80s Gang War?
No, the one with Tombstone.
Oh, I think you meant 130 Daredevil issues. I was like, damn, that's
no. Oh gosh, no.
Oh, 130 of everything. Okay, that's not it.
Yeah, of everything. Yeah,
130 total. Okay.
Yeah, or a bit more now. I've got to drop by the LCS and pick up my stash.
You're gonna have a pile to come home with.
Yeah.
Ray's playing with his
mountain of comics.
Ray's playing with his deck and self-medicating.
Nothing will ever be as good as Mephisto's mushrooms.
But hey, I've got
good
guaranteed
old Mephisto's mushrooms.
I've got guaranteed great reading, so I'm happy.
Oh yeah. Have you started Fist of Khonshu yet?
Oh yeah. Sorry. When I say that, I have been regularly reading Moon Knight.
Of course, better be.
But unfortunately, sorry, Justin, the Hulk. I'm a bit behind in Hulk.
Oh, don't feel bad because I am too. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm behind on the Hulk and Moon Knight. I'm doubly ashamed.
Yeah.
It's just been a busy season.
And boys, if you have not picked it up yet, West Coast Avengers #1.
Oh, and that too.
Oh, I've got to get
too.
that.
And the Avengers, the other one, Avengers with all the jackets.
Iron Man wearing the Silver Centurion armor, Jessica Drew and West Coast Avengers.
Man.
Yeah.
I've got to get that.
That's right. I keep forgetting Jessica's on that team too. That is so wild.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Love it.
And they're bringing in
Firestar. I've got to finish Spider-Woman by Steve Fox. That's finished, right?
Yeah, that's been done. What are you doing?
Yeah. I've still got 2 more issues to read of it. Terrible.
Did they finish another series of her?
I hope not. Did they? No.
What? Did they start it?
Spider-Woman?
Another one? Or?
Did they start another one at #1?
No, I think the one Ray's talking about that was.
Say no, Phil. Say no.
Yeah,
Phil.
no. Honestly, I don't think they started.
I hope not. I'm just otherwise.
Because that's they've been doing that way too much lately. Starting.
Yeah, I think she appears next in that West Coast, which is what's coming out now. So that's
that's exciting. I love.
Yeah, they're very exciting. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Plenty ahead, Phil, but we've got plenty of Peter David ahead as well. So
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will have a feast of riches on this show.
All right. Yeah, I'll get back. I'll get back to you guys, but I'm pretty sure next time we're going to do issue 4 and 5. So I think that's like,
Okay.
It's one story. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Again,
Lovely.
I don't. Peter David never comes to a complete stop, but I think
That's
No.
true.
Yeah.
He's
keeps
got really
going.
very nice. Yeah, really nice
We
serial.
did that with the
writing.
Hulk for about 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Just didn't even notice until those 2 Defenders issues with Namor.
Yeah, exactly. I still need to get those slabbed.
Why? Then you can't look at the inside artwork.
Oh, that's all right.
All right. All right. Anything else, boys?
No, this was lovely. This was great fun.
Oh yeah.
Apart from the sweatiness, it's fantastic, Phil. This has been fantastic. Well, no, it's getting a bit warm here. The sun's come out.
Well, some of us are in winter in the civilized world, Ray.
Is it snowing? Is it snowing there?
No. But I mean,
Well, it
yeah.
did for me earlier, but
Oh,
Oh,
did
did it? Okay.
Nice.
No.
yeah.
Yeah, no. It was actually like around 50 today, Justin. So yeah.
Oh,
Down here today.
actually, I'm getting that tomorrow. I'm getting
Wow.
your weather tomorrow. So there we
Nice.
go.
Nice.
There we go.
And then he's some kind of Celsius. I don't know.
I think
I'm
it's
jealous.
25,
I want
27.
raised weather right now. I want some heat.
Yeah.
Whoa! There's a drop.
Oh yeah, there you go, please.
I want some heat.
I want something.
All right, kids. So next week you'll hear me and Lilith are. We skipped last year, but we're back with the Thwippy Awards where we talk about our favorite,
nice.
Yeah. Nice.
Spider-Man stuff of the year, and we went through and raised smartass answer of
Thank you.
writers
Thank
at Wells. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Good. Please.
Yes. And then January starts John Byrne January. We already recorded the first episode, me, Lilith, and Justin.
Justin.
That's right.
Yes, and the second episode of John Byrne January, probably gonna be me, Lilith, Justin, and perhaps Ray because
Perhaps
it's Marvel
Ray.
team up with Tigra. So
Yeah.
John
And
Byrne
Kraven the Hunter.
Tigra. Yep.
And
I'll
one
find
that Ray
time
hasn't
somewhere.
read yet, if I remember
Yeah.
right.
No, I haven't. No, I'm definitely going to find time
Ooh.
for
Untap
Tigra. I mean,
Tiger.
for the comic.
Oh man, this is great. Yes.
Yes, and upcoming film star Kraven the Hunter also.
True. Yeah.
What was that? Sorry.
That Marvel team up with Tigra. The villain is Kraven.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. Is that movie released over there yet for you guys?
No,
This week.
This coming
This
weekend.
week, okay. Yeah, ours is December 12th. So I don't know when that is.
Oh, okay. Coming right up.
But I don't know. I don't know whether to see it. I'm not really vibing with it. Anyway, that's a
I don't think
conversation
anyone
somewhere
is. I
else.
heard they filmed it at
Yeah.
some con somewhere, and people weren't even going in to see it.
Oh no!
I'm gonna watch it.
So
but
good, and again, the holidays are a busy time. But me and Lilith, I think we're gonna skip it at least for now, reviewing.
I'm actually gonna watch it, but not for the reasons that everybody else is watching.
Oh, Justin's gonna watch it with the sound off.
Exactly.
You're gonna watch it for Rhino, aren't you, Justin? For Rhino and his big horn.
There's gonna be someone horny, but ain't gonna be the Rhino.
I also like watching the slow metamorphosis of Russell Crowe into Dom DeLuise.
That's crazy.
I thought that was
We're
Liam
watching
Neeson.
it happen before our very eyes.
I thought that was
folks.
Liam Neeson.
Oh, is it? No. Oh, Russell Crowe, I can see definitely. But, yeah.
All right. So, Jesus. All right. Get out of here, boys. This was a good time.
It's great.
right.
Awesome.
All right, let's get you some plugs here.
Oh yes.
All right, kids. So yeah, send us your thoughts on the upcoming Scarlet Spider, upcoming. Oh yeah, and I believe Lilith and I said since the Thwippies are back next year for Daredevil, we may do the Hornies.
Ooh,
Oh my.
the Horn
especially-
Awards.
Yeah,
Horny
so at the end of
Awards.
next year. Yeah. So
The Hornies.
especially after that show. comes out. Oh yes, and kids, limited Ultimate Spider Cast in probably March and April because we'll be going weekly with the Devil You Know to cover every episode of Daredevil Born Again.
Oh yeah, oh, gosh, I
Weekly.
forgot
Oh my
about that.
god.
We're gonna cover that show episode by episode.
Did I get that? Did I
Wow.
hear that right? They've reduced the episodes now to
It's
8?
only 9 now. Yeah, I think it's
9.
9.
Oh
okay.
no.
They cut it in half. It was going to be 18, but now it's just 9.
Yeah, that.
But they
Ugh.
filmed 18, right? And they're going to release the other 8, 9. The other.
I
is
don't
that
know.
right?
Yeah, unless they do it as like a second
Uh,
season, or I don't know.
okay.
Yeah, but
I
yeah,
like
right
the
now
idea
we're
of
March
18.
we're only getting 9.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know. We'll be looking forward to the your coverage of that. That'll be fun.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, kids. So yeah, send us your thoughts on everything. Email CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes Lunatics episodes, social media, merchandise. Get yourself some brand new Capes Lunatics merch, the classic Capes Lunatics merch. And wilder and more unpredictable than Ben Reilly in this series. Love Hellfire demands that you ran the money on us through the Cash App link.
Make it rain.
Just her birthday not too long ago. So yeah, send your tributes now.
Yes.
And yes, and of course the Patreon, where again you get exclusive uncensored content from me and Lilith every month. The topics will wildly vary, but if you are a patron, you can suggest topics for discussion. Ray, Justin has already proffered many topics for us.
Okay, I'll drop a few.
Again, ask about Lilith Hellfire stories from her past.
Yes.
Oh, the strip club DJ story.
Lilith, Justin wants to hear about her time as a strip club DJ.
I keep forgetting to ask that.
Someone asked about her time as a high school cheerleader.
Oh, okay. I'm going to frame it as like I'm going to ask a question. Maybe the theme of that episode can be secret identities, and you've got to learn something from Lilith and yourself, Phil.
There we go.
Necessarily, the audience does not know about. So your secret identity.
I love that.
Just do that.
Bonus points if it's something I don't know about her and she doesn't know about me.
Yes. Yeah. Awesome.
That's great.
There you go.
Can I'll write it in. I'll write in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Love that.
All right. So yes, and you can subscribe at patreon.com/CapesandLunatics and find everything at tubespace.ao/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. It's tubespace.ao/CapesandLunatics Podcast Network. All right, Ray, do your plugs because Justin has many plugs.
Yeah, no worries. Look, just if you want to have a chat, if you want to have a chin wag, the handle is at RayRayPod, REY Pod. Just check me out on social media platforms. Also, as well, I do some podcasts. All the links will be there in my platform thingy. It's been a while, as you can tell. And also, I play games. Ray plays games on YouTube. Check it out. As of this recording, I got to play a 2-player game with one of the godfathers of Marvel Champions, Brant Sanderson, and we had a good time defending Avengers Tower.
Look what I found, Ray.
Oh, hey.
A blast from the past.
Oh, it certainly is a blast from the past.
Remember when we got weekly feedback on the Quantum Zone? Remember that?
Oh, that's got the Last Sons of Krypton on there.
I know. It's got
the
old Sidekicks logo on
and
there.
the old logos. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Anyone listening to the podcast, you're
still the same nose hair.
You're welcome for not being able to see that image. So,
in my defense, that's one of the pictures Ray sent me. He says use one of these pictures. So
as a joke. As a joke.
Oh, joke's on you, buddy.
But go check out Ray Plays Games. Don't worry, you don't get to see my mug like that. It's just my hands and my deck. So go check out Ray Plays Games. A lot of fun. If you're keen on Marvel Champions, seriously, it's the greatest game in the whole entire universe. Can't get enough of it. But yeah.
All right. Thank you, Marvel Snap Champion Ray.
Oh, God.
All right. Now for this Justin the Owl, we can catch him. Well, again, you can start catching him here at the end of every month on Ultimate Spider Cast. You can also catch him every week on Marvel Tales or X-Men Classics or both. During a week, because again, we're up in X-Men Classics, so
that's right.
We're doing John Byrne January on both those shows. Yes.
Yeah.
And of course, you can. Well, again, we'll throw in a random Energon universe or One World Under Doom somewhere, sometime around here.
Yeah.
And then, okay, Ray, brace yourself. You can hear him at least once a month on We're the Night, the
Batman podcast.
Yep.
Talking about Azrael.
Yes.
I actually should. Probably, could I suggest more Azrael episodes?
Oh,
Oh,
well,
we
the
aren't-
last
we aren't
episode
even
of every
halfway-
month is an Azrael episode.
yeah,
Hey,
we
Ray,
aren't even halfway through the series yet.
That's right.
Good,
And
good.
hey, Ray, last May, and then we're doing again this Ray. We're doing Catwoman episodes because Justin joined us for
Ooh.
Catwoman episodes.
That's
Uh-huh.
true. Catwoman
All
is
right.
always a
Black
good
Canary.
time.
Black Canary. Is she in the mix somewhere?
Oh,
Is
fishnets.
she?
Oh
she-
man, Ray, you missed on Unlimited Justice. Lilith and I just reviewed. There was was it 5 issues? There was a Zatanna Black Label series that we reviewed.
Oh,
issue by issue.
Black
Yeah.
Label Zatanna.
Black-
I mean, it's not it's not in that way. It's not what you think, but yeah, I mean, it's still a good
Oh.
series. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That's still good. Black Label sounds great.
I know full frontal nudity, Ray, you perp.
I wasn't after that. I wasn't edging toward that. Just genitals. No, that's full frontal nudity. No, I got that wrong. Just
You can see it,
boobs.
Ray, but you got to say it backwards. And you can also
It's a hologram. The nudity's all a
Oh,
hologram.
yeah. You can get past it. You can get
lenticular.
past the censorship. Yeah, just it's a hologram.
Oh.
Yeah.
And of course, you can catch Justin every so often in and out on Electric Mullet, the Superman podcast.
Yes.
They're lovely.
We're going
So
in
often.
order. Yes, we're
Yeah.
at 1990. So,
Fantastic.
all right.
So we're
And
into the 90s.
yes, and you would think that would be enough for any human being podcasting, but no, Justin does more. So check him out on these fine shows. Look at that. Justin
Yes.
pile.
You can
Whoa,
also
I
find
love
me,
it.
yes, every month
look so
on
angry there,
Gamma
Justin.
Charge. I just woken up. I just woken up that morning. Yeah. I didn't even have time to comb my feathers or
No.
anything. They're all sticking up.
Exactly.
Gamma Charge, you can find me every month with Russell talking about either the Immortal Hulk series or the Sensational She-Hulk series. We're alternating coverage of those. And you can join me and my pal here, Ray, every month with Sparky on Predator and Prey, the
Yes.
Yocha podcast, where we're going through some classic Dark Horse Predator comics. And Sparky and Ray are covering the brand new Marvel comics featuring the Predator as well.
Ooh, Spidey's in
And-
that soon.
Yeah, I saw
Yes,
that,
yeah,
we-
actually,
in
yeah.
February,
Yeah.
Predator versus Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that can be a Spider-Cast crossover.
Ooh.
Yeah, Ray will do any
Yeah.
crossover as long as Batman's not involved.
It's just timing, guys. It's timing.
Uh-huh. Time for the project he likes, kids. And he'll be their photographer.
Yeah. And my solo project, the Lost Library of Legends, is
Yeah.
about a bunch of undiscovered and forgotten comic book series of the past few decades, and I'm very happy to be covering an Ultraverse series on this
Ooh.
month's episode.
Nice.
Going back to the 90s here, bitch.
I need more drops. When's this next drunken unboxing video headed my way?
It will be sometime this month, I hope.
Isn't it funny, Justin? Hearing back your own drops, it's kind of like it's tantamount
When
to
you were drunk.
yeah.
Especially when I'm drunk, yeah.
Yeah.
Boo, long-head Superman. Boo. She looks like she was just working a down the Chivas. Oh, that's naughty. Double biscuits for me. Long way to Biscuit Town. Gonna be some dicks waving around in here. More vicious and brutal than ever.
All I want for Christmas is that video, that new video. All right. Let's go before Ray's laundry gets any more wetter.
Oh,
All
yes,
right.
his battery might be wearing out too.
No, it's all right. I'm just wet.
Hell!
He's
All right.
moist.
Oh.
Moist.
All right, kids. Again, next week you'll hear the Thwippy Awards, and then John Byrne January, and then at the end of January we'll be back with Ben Reilly, Scarlet Spider 4 and 5. But until then, swing on back.
Keep it Scarlet.